When you have a good leader at the aims of affair, the people are happy. And on that note, we will be talking about sustaining good governance in Anambra State. And this morning we have a guest in the house who's going to be helping us with how far it has been rather in Anambra State. Professor Solo Chukwulobelu, the Secretary to the State Government. Good to have you on the program.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yes, let's kickstart with the state in general, sustaining good governance in Anambra State. How has it been so far?
Well, it's been quite an exciting 5-year period. When His Excellency Chief Dr. Willoughby came into office or was sworn into office 5 years ago on the 16th of March or 17th of March 2014, there was, if you like, excitement in the air. And I think that excitement has been justified looking back to how he has changed the narrative in Anambra State. He came with a very clear mission statement to make Anambra State the first choice investment destination and a hub for economic activities, and to also create a socially stable and business-friendly environment where both in the Anambra and non the Anambra can seek work, creating opportunities. That was the overarching theme that set out the administration. It was a very exciting, if you like, mission statement. And I think he's kept faith to that. And the first 4 years was really, you would think that government itself was the hub for economic activity, because it was firing on all various fronts. And it's also kept doing it. Many of us that started with him, including himself, had no political experience or public service experience, but we had done various things in our different walks of life, and we brought that collective experiences to government. Obviously, with I remember the likes of Iluzumba and the rest of them who had served in the previous administration. So it was a good blend for the first year, and so the government set out very clearly what it wanted to do. And I believe this journey has been quite positive overall.
Yes, kept faith to the vision and the mission, yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about APGA as a political party. You know, we cannot talk about good governance in Anambra State without mentioning APGA.
Yes.
Now, do we expect that APGA will continue to provide good leadership in the state in the future?
Yes, it is. I don't see that not continuing. Sometimes people say to me, a political party becomes tired, tainted, and becomes tired. I say I don't agree with that. I spent 33 years in the UK, and for that period of time, the Conservative Party was in office, and they won 5 successive elections. If you look at what is happening in Israel too, Benjamin Netanyahu has been prime minister 5 consecutive times. So what's the trick? For a political party to continue to renew itself and to continue to be relevant, feeling the pulse of the people and ensuring that those things that bother the people are what it is they're delivering. And that is the magic of APGA. It is a grassroots political party. So I see APGA is the natural party of government in Anambra State, and it will continue to be there. The party has the capacity to refresh itself, to renew itself, and to continue to be relevant to the people. If the party, any party that stops doing that, will simply fade away. Yes.
All right, just to let you know that this is quite participatory. The numbers are on your screen. You can call us through the phone lines. We'll be here to pick your calls. And you can also send a WhatsApp message on the WhatsApp number on top of the screen. That's the very first number on top of the screen. We'll also be here to read out those messages. Let me come to you. As the Secretary to the State Government, you agree with me that your office is so vital and is the engine room of the government. Now, from your privileged position, what are the main issues bothering in the Anambra, and how has the Obiano administration tried to meet the needs of these people?
I would say that you see, I have so many reports coming to my office quite often. You have the National Orientation Agency that feels the pulse of the people, and the semi-monthly report. And also I have a lot of the Anambra on a daily basis coming in with one issue or the other. And it's very clear to me that, and even in your phone-in programs, that you see that security remains a key factor in Anambra, and His Excellency has continued to provide that clear leadership in security. Anambra remains the safest state in the country.
All right, let's pause you there. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Your name and location. Hello, good morning. All right, when you call us as much as possible, move away from your TV set, or better still, you turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear you clearly. You were saying something.
I was saying security remains number one item on Obiano's administration. And then we have the issue, when you say what people are worried about, the issue of multiple, or rather illegal IGR collection has actually been up there. And as you know, His Excellency banned the collection for up until the 1st of June this year, to make sure that these illegal people are really clear that by 1st of June, he will roll out the new structure for IGR collection. I happen to have been in the committee that has looked at how to restructure all of that, first in the markets, parks, sand beaches, and what have you. So he's coming out on the 1st of June with a very clear structure that will hopefully would now embed how Anambra State IGR collection will be, pushing all of that to the Board of Internal Revenue so that his successor will not have to go through the pain and agony he's gone through over the past 5 years.
Let's pause you there a little bit. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
All right.
I would like to say more about this IGR collection. You see, the federal allocation is dwindling. States must look inwardly to generate their own revenue. A lot of reform has taken place here, and the board of the Anambra Internal Revenue Service is now, taking the lead in this. A new law codifying all the state revenue will soon go to the House of Assembly for passage. So, and with that, His Excellency would have been setting a very clear structure of what we hopefully will remain, sustain this state far beyond his administration. And that is very critical. That is very, very critical for a state that is very ambitious to grow very fast. We cannot rely simply on federal allocations to do. And I'm pleading with Indian Anambra using this forum to support this effort. Those people that are stealing government money, it must stop. And the state is determined to apprehend these people, prosecute them, and make sure that they're properly punished, really. And that, because they're stealing from every person.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Okay, you have a question.
Yes, all right. You submit a a statement concerning about that the funds from the federal government will not be enough.
Yeah.
And then we know that a lot of citizens have much expectation from the government, like building of road and other infrastructure, pension, prompt payments of salaries and all that. And the federal allocation, it's not going to be enough. We know it's not enough, just like you said. So how does the government prioritize and strike balance in trying to meet the needs of the people?
You see, that is the age-long problem for all administrations, right from the time of Adam Smith. I'm an economist. You know, political economy is essentially taking decisions about how you allocate these scarce resources to various competing needs. I think in the past 5 years, His Excellency, because he's a very astute he has a financial and accounting background, has been able to balance all this. But in the end, you are right in saying that resources are scarce and there are various competing needs.
Yes.
You can imagine a governor is like the father of of every person in the state, various sectors. Every sector is pulling here and there. You have challenges of road construction, school refurbishment, hospital, and whatever. Even this studio, you know how much it costs to put this studio. So that is why the government has no choice but to grow its resources while bearing down costs.
All right, let's pause you there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and location.
Hello?
Yes, your name and location. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm Mr. Felix calling from Anambra.
Charles?
I'm Felix calling from Anambra.
All right, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, I want to commend the current administration. Truly, Anambra State has fared so very well under the administration. I want to give kudos to him, let him continue with his work. But I believe that we still need to do more, especially in terms of unemployment. The rate of unemployment in Anambra State is too high. So let him do something about unemployment, youth unemployment. Currently, I'm a graduate, I'm presently I'm unemployed. So, and most of us are like that. So I think that's the area where we should give more attention.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles.
You want me
Charles
to,
said.
it's a comment, but if you want me to,
you can react
I
to
can
that.
react to it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, the caller I'm taking. Unemployment is a very critical issue, and the state government recognizes that. I have, over the past 5 years, taken proactive steps to begin to deal with it, both by setting out a good enabling environment for the private sector to also thrive and ensure that they can begin to take on some of our people, but also in the empowerment scheme that the state itself is doing. Unemployment solution has to be by both the public sector and the private sector. You create this enabling environment, which has ensured that today, Anambra State is actually, maybe aside from Lagos, is the fastest growing economy state in the nation. And this in itself generates employment for people. There may be more, indeed, there are more people employed in the private sector than in the public sector. And it is right that the state should continue to bring out those business-friendly policies that enables the private sector to grow. While on its own, coming up with various youth empowerment programs and other programs that help to set up individuals who can start their own businesses in agriculture, in fishery, and what have you. And also looking to see where there are gaps in the public service itself to employ people. Only yesterday at ESCO, he took the decision to expand the number of science teachers that will be recruited in the secondary school from 500 to 1,000, obviously. That is again creating employment. So it is where the gaps are in the public sector that the needs will come in. And I'm encouraging our people to, when the labor market is very tight, and people should begin to think about When they go to universities to solve, where are those opportunities and the rest of them? So it is a multifaceted approach to solving this problem. The private sector will play so with the enabling environment the state government is creating. The state government would engage in empowerment programs that enable people to set up businesses on their own, while at the same time looking at where needs are, critical needs are in the public service itself, so that appropriate people can be employed there. So, and that's the right approach, really. The other thing is we are pushing, anytime the federal agencies, MDAs are recruiting, the state government is throwing itself, because employment is not just in the state, it is also in the federation. We are working hard to ensure that Anambra State people get their right quota in federal employment. Those are the four strategies.
We'll come back to talk about that. For now, let's take a short break and let's hear what the people have to say on this. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Me and you pay our taxes where you are to do what you're supposed to do. And when you do this, the government will perform well.
To educate the electorate on how to cast their votes, how to participate actively during election. Secondly, the elected officers, the governor, the House of Assembly, the local government chairman, they will know their responsibility to the electorate. They should provide employment for the people, especially the young ones. They should boost the economy of the state. They should provide security for the people.
Government on their own part should show us transparency. They should show us seriousness in their business, so that we, the citizens, can now follow. They should give us the light so that we can follow suit. Not telling us they want to do this, they want. At the end of the day, what they are doing is not in commission with what they are saying. Okay, so they need to give us practical example of leadership.
When the leadership understands that they are holding in trust the people's well-being, when they also know that they are under a greater law, because when rule of law is trampled underfoot in any place, definitely you cannot have a sustainable good governance. One of the ways of having that is one, full implementation or full governance of rule of law.
We will first of all make sure that we're voting right candidates with good conscience. Understand? If we vote in individuals with good conscience, I believe government as a continuous process, good governance can be sustained in this state. Because these individuals will come and they will continue from their predecessors, and that is what we need in this state, so that development will be assured and development will be sustained.
Well, good to have you back, and there's people on the streets. Well, let's react to what they actually said. A lot of people talking about good governance. You look at the pictures and you see the bridges the governor himself has erected in the state. Let's react to that.
Well, good governance is very, like they said in that clip. You know, it has to do with both the hard and soft aspects of governance. You provide all these infrastructures, but you also make sure that you put, if you like, structures that are governed by law. Because like what I was trying to explain to you on this IGR collection, it's very, very important that we get it right for sustainable development, so that the next governor that is coming does not need to go back having to restructure. So, and that's very critical. We normally talk about dividend of democracy. There are various aspects of it. You provide this infrastructure, how people feel about themselves, how people feel about the soft aspects of their life, and security has a lot to do with it. The way you receive services when you turn up in government offices, being able to be attended to by those that interface with the public. These are all aspects of good governance. Good governance. The various aspects of the, if you like, the three arms of government, to the legislature, the judiciary, all doing their bit to ensure that the state is governed well. Quite often, with, because the executive drives the development, but it is all connected. It is all very well connected, and it's very important to understand.
All right, away from that, yesterday at the meeting of the State Executive Council, His Excellency Governor Willie Obiano have the ABS MD and CEO Uche Nwora, he handed him over the certificate for commendation. You witnessed that event?
Yes, I do.
Now, what good message do we have for Chief Nwora and the ABS management and also the staff of ABS?
Well, I would like to first of all say a very hearty congratulations to Uche. I've not seen in the past 5 years I've been in government any staff of the government being given this kind of commendation and award. So it's a very huge endorsement of what he has done to transform ABS over the past 5 years. I know how this station was when His Excellency took office. He has transformed it. His Excellency has invested quite a lot of money here, and he needed, someone like Uche, who understood the challenges that this place was facing, and also keyed into the vision of His Excellency to transform this place. So I congratulate him and his staff, all of you.
Yeah.
The state ambition, the governor's ambition is that FBS should broadcast 24 hours on a 24-hour basis, and also get a channel on one of the more
cable network,
DSTV. So that's a very quite lofty ambition, and I'm hoping that Uche will achieve that. Thank you.
All right, let's quickly move on because time is not our friend. Governor Obiano talked about finishing very strong and consolidating on the legacies of the administration. Now, as we gradually move into the second part of his second tenure, what will be the area of focus? And again, the issue of the 30,000 minimum wage, of course, it's actually been a big issue now. So tell us, what's going to be the focus of the governor's administration this second tenure?
I wish His Excellency had the resources to. He wants to do quite a lot. With infrastructure, there are legacies he wants to put in infrastructure. The International Convention Center, he's determined to finish it. The government house that was abandoned a long time ago, he's determined to finish it. He's determined to fix Amak Teaching Hospital, and health becomes a very, because health is very important. In education, he's committed to ensuring that almost all the schools are well provided with their facilities, and training the teachers very well, making sure that our children are doing very well. Then in the soft aspect of government, like I said, he's a major challenge, codifying Anambra state law on revenue. And then he's embarked on digitalization of some government processes. These are very important. The office of SAG, my office, we are the custodian of records in the state. And since the creation of this state, things are scattered everywhere. We're now trying to digitalize all government records and reports, starting with his administration, but then stretching it back for the creation of the state. Ministry of Justice, a major part of it is the law review. So as you are dealing with fiscal infrastructure, there are also some other soft infrastructure that actually enables government to function well. So you're focusing on those key areas. Thank you.
We have two more questions for you. Governor Willie Obiano visited President Muhammadu Buhari last week to congratulate him on his victory. The governor also asked for more political appointees for the Anambra and also for more federal government projects. What's your thought on that?
Well, this is if you see, when he decided to have a strategic relationship with the center, he was verified by a lot of people. But that is beginning, that approach is very clear for everyone to see. Okay, you can see the Omonia Amobia Federal High Road. It's been there, it's going. People thought it was after the election, the contractor will move. It's going now. The second Niger bridge, you need to go and see it. These are all that part of strategic engagement with the center. I said once in this program, we enjoy security. If we do not engage strategically with the center, our ability to provide security for the Anambra will suffer. On the issue of political appointee, the federal constitution provides for federal character. It is right that we continue to push, that we have Anambra people represented in all those
All right, quickly
places.
before we go, the newly elected members of the Anambra State House of Assembly will be sworn in soon. Yeah. So what's your expectation from the incoming assembly? Well,
the expectation clearly is that we'll continue, the executive and the legislature will continue to work amicably as we've done over the past 5 years. They will be having an induction, orientation, the new members, very soon. The executive would, during that orientation, also interface with them, because it is from that early beginning that you set the tone, the bonding and the rest of it.
All right, thank you so very much. Of course, time will really not permit us to hear more from him, the SSG. I want to say a very big thank you to Professor Soluchukulabelu, the Secretary to the State Government. Many thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us.
It's my pleasure.
All right,
thank you.
Sustaining good governance in Anambra State. Do your bit
to make
Anambra better. All right, Demba.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the show. My name is Chidima Oranwa. Many thanks for joining.